Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Gridline Coaching Classes.
You know, for every founder, there's that moment. The moment an idea sparks and starts to feel like something more. But hold on. Before you start hiring, before that big launch party, there's this one critical decision you have to make that will literally shape everything that comes next. And that's choosing your business structure. So let's explore the blueprint for your ambition.
Yeah, let's talk about that thrilling, maybe even a little terrifying transition. What used to be just a passion project, a little side hustle, is suddenly a real business. And with a real business comes real risk, real responsibility, and some very, very real choices. So, let me introduce you to Neha. Her pottery? Well, it started flying off the shelves. She's actually profitable, which is amazing, but she's hit a wall. To keep up with all the orders, she's going to need a bigger kiln, more supplies, heck, maybe even another person to help out. But scaling up brings a whole new level of complexity.
And this, right here, is the crossroads every single entrepreneur finds themselves at. It's not just about getting bigger. It's about how you build the foundation for that growth. What's the right legal and financial blueprint for her dream? Let's break down her choices.
All right, first up, we've got the simplest path. It's the one Neha is actually already on. Going it alone. This is the path of absolute total control.
A sole proprietorship is, well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Sole means just one, proprietor means owner. You are the business and the business is you. Simple as that. All the decisions, all the profits, and yep, all the risk, it's the whole shebang and it's all yours.
But, and this is probably the single most important thing to get about this structure, there's a huge catch. It's called unlimited liability. Basically, in the eyes of the law, there is zero separation between your business's money and your personal money. They are one and the same.
So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine the business takes out a loan and things go south. It can't pay it back. The people you owe money to can look right past the business's bank account. They can legally come after your personal car, your savings, even your home to get that money back. It is a massive risk.
So you see, there's this really fundamental trade-off. On one side, you've got total, absolute control. You make decisions in a snap, and you keep every single rupee of profit. But on the other side, you're staring down that unlimited personal risk, you're limited by your own money, and the business's life is tied directly to yours. Now, it's really easy to think that sole proprietorships are just for, the local shop or a freelance artist. But you might be shocked to find out how some of the world's biggest companies got their start. Check out this ad from way back in 1889. It reveals a pretty surprising fact. The most recognized brand on the entire planet, Coca-Cola, was once owned by, a sole proprietor. And get this, an entrepreneur named Asa Candler bought complete control of the entire formula and company as a sole proprietor for just $2,300. Can you believe that? Just incredible. But okay, what if going it alone just isn't the right move for you? Let's explore another option.
Okay, our second option is really specific. It's rooted deep in tradition and it's totally unique to India. This is all about making business a true family affair.
This is the Joint Hindu Family Business, or JHF, and it's one of the oldest forms of business organization in the country. Now, the wild thing is, membership isn't about signing a contract, it's about birthright. If you are born into the family, boom, you're automatically part of the business.
The whole structure is fascinating. It's run by the eldest member, who's called the Karta. Now, the Karta has absolute control and, you guessed it, unlimited liability, just like a sole proprietor. But, and this is a huge difference, all the other family members, the co-parceners, they have limited liability. Their personal stuff is safe. And what's really important is that a 2005 legal amendment updated this whole system, making sure daughters have equal rights and can even become the Karta. So the trade-off here is a little different. On one hand, you get this incredible loyalty and cooperation. I mean, it's family. The business is super stable and can last for generations, which is a huge plus. But all that power and all that risk is on the Karta's shoulders, which can definitely lead to some family drama. And you're often limited to the money the family already has.
So what if Neha doesn't want to go it alone, but a family business just isn't in the cards? Well, that brings us to a super common path, teaming up. But the real question is, are you actually stronger together? A partnership is basically a formal legal agreement. It's two or more people deciding to run a business together. And unlike the JFF, this is all based on a contract, not who you're related to. The whole idea is you share everything, the work, the profits, the losses, and of course, the risks. Here, the big trade-off is really between having more resources and having your own autonomy. You get more cash in the bank, more brains thinking about problems, and you share the risk. But, and it is a big but, every single partner has unlimited liability. Conflicts between partners can sink the whole ship, and you definitely lose that total freedom you had as a sole proprietor.
And the word partner isn't just a one-size-fits-all thing. You could be an active partner in there every day doing the work, or you could be a sleeping partner who really just puts in the money. But I want you to look very closely at that last column. See a pattern? No matter what kind of partner you are, the liability is almost always unlimited.
And that brings up a really good question, right? Why on earth would a nominal partner, somebody who gives zero money and does zero work, still have unlimited liability? It's because they let the business use their name, their reputation. So if a bank gives the business a loan based on that famous name, the law says that person is just as on the hook for the debt as everyone else.
Okay, we've looked at 3 really different ways to build a business: going it alone, keeping it all in the family, or teaming up with others. So now let's figure out the right blueprint for your ambition.
This table really puts it all side by side. Just look at liability. The only one where some people get the protection of limited liability is the joint Hindu family business. And control? It's absolute for the sole proprietor and the karta, but it's shared in a partnership. Then there's continuity, how long the business can last. That's a major weakness for both sole proprietorships and partnerships.
So we come all the way back to Neha at her crossroads. What does she value most? Is it total control above all else? Is that incredible family loyalty her biggest asset? Or does she desperately need the money and skills of a partner to take her business to the next level? The right answer depends entirely on what she and what you value most.
Because at the end of the day, this choice isn't just about filling out some paperwork. It is the actual foundation you are going to build your dream on. It defines your risk, it defines your control, and it defines your potential for growth. So, what's your blueprint going to be?